do not badmouth your wife. Ever. Especially when the kids are around. Don't you ever badmouth or call your wife names or scold her or correct her. Never, ever do that. Because as soon as you do this, you know what you did? Your little child, regardless of the age, as long as he can understand what is going on, or she can understand, that child just understood from this reaction, this action of yours, that I am allowed to disrespect my mother. She's not that important. And since she's with me all the time, and I'm used to her all the time, I'm already feeling comfortable, I can express my feelings, I can yell, scream, and slam doors, because she's with me, it's not like the father. And you do this, you just confirm and you sign a waiver that this child can do anything to his mother. What about when we are alone? Can I be hard on her, show her, a thing or two, and, put her in her place? Can I do that? No. Even when you, with your wife alone, you should not be harsh. Because harshness never brings any khair. Never brings any khair. Harshness, if you have authority, sometimes it's good for you to be the Amir or the Dawla. You say no is no. But with women, the answer is no. She has to understand you're firm, you're serious, yes. But it doesn't mean you have to scream, you have to slam doors, you have to, break things, you have to kick the walls and the chairs. None of that. You have to raise your voice to prove that you're the man of the house. If your wife doesn't know that you're not happy, just by looking at you without saying a word, you're not a good husband. It's not her. You're not a good husband. Your wife should be able to read you. As soon as you walk into the house, she should know what you are, what you're doing, whether you're upset, whether you're angry, whether you're mad, And this doesn't come by playing cowboy with your wife and saying, I'm here, I'm this, welcome. None of that. Just with simple techniques, you can address the whole issue without raising your voice. Very simple. If she doesn't know that and she cannot detect that and she cannot gaze that from you, the problem is not her, it's you. So, even when you're alone with your wife, you can sit her down, you can talk like a rational two individual, but not slamming doors or any of that. And all the time, when I'm counseling couples, and the sister is like, he always raises his voice. He is always nasty to me. He says things and that. You have to understand, if you say nasty thing to your wife, she will just reply similar, with similar attitude. So, whatever you say comes out of you, whatever comes out of you, it will come back to you. So be careful with that. As a husband, you should have an idea how to raise children. You should know what's good for your children. You should know where your children want to be in 3-4 years. You should be in 3-4 years. You have to have aqliyat al-murabbi, the mentality of a person who knows how to raise his children. You don't expect that you have children, you just, mashallah, let them go, and they will come up when they grow up, mashallah, all righteous. And it's not like that. You have to direct them. But how are you going to direct them if you yourself don't know the directions that they should go? So you yourself, as a father, should learn what a child would need. And don't say, my father raised me this way, I should raise you exactly. Look at me, boy, look at me. I'm so good. I made it. I'm a righteous man. Just follow my footsteps. That's the worst thing you can say to your child. Because to him, you're old-fashioned. You really don't know what you're doing. You don't have any of these gadgets. You don't even know how to play video games. How are you going to tell me what to do in school? To him, it's completely different. especially when they reach certain age. So your child needs your guidance from distance. So you have to have that. Now, when it comes to raising children, what is the worst thing that you can say to your wife concerning her children? The worst thing a man can say to his wife is, you are not a good mother. If you just want to kill your wife, just tell her you're not a good mother. Maybe if you say you're not a good wife, she will cry and you will shatter her heart. It's true. But if you say to her you're not a good mother, you just pray janazah on that marriage. Dry janazah with no wudu, as a matter of fact. You just killed the marriage. Because this is something that she feels so proud of. That's the ultimate thing. I'm a mother. I'm going to raise my children. I don't do anything else. They are my first priority. And then you come around and say, you are not a good mother. You just kill everything that she stands for. So don't ever say that. Don't ever. Even if she's doing something bad with the children, or she's not, up to your standard, then the way to correct is not to blame her for that. Not at all. Also, to be a good husband and a good role model is to give her specific time. Special time for your wife. At that time, you divorce everyone else except your wife. The kids are out of the picture. The friends, cell phones, emails, time. Even if you give your wife only 49 minutes a day. 49 minutes. These 49 minutes are yours. What do you want me to do? Probably 48 minutes, she will be talking for 48 minutes, and she will give you 1 minute to respond for all this. Yet, you have to give her that time. Give her that time. She wants to talk, she wants to tell you so many things. Just let her talk. So a lot of sisters, most of the sisters that especially the practicing ones, they just want their husbands to spend some time with them so they can talk to each other. And sometimes from this, if you can lose the kids, it would be great. It would be ideal. I always say to the brothers, take them to the zoo and come back without them. It would be an ideal, for example. Put them in the cage where the monkeys are, and then say, okay, we'll come back, inshallah, next weekend, inshallah, for the kids. If you can find, like if your mother is in town, or your mother-in-law, or your sisters, and mashallah, they're good with kids, and you can trust them, okay, just take the kids. And so you don't even have to go to Niagara Falls. I can't afford it, it's too much. Just staying at home with your wife, it's enough. It's enough. Because sometimes, like imagine your wife, when she started having a baby, first child, and then the second child, and then the third child, and the fourth child. And now, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, she was never alone. Always there's a child with her, someone with her. And this one's crying, this one is dragging her, this one is, throwing up, this one wants milk, So she needs time out from all of that. Also from that, ya ikhwati fillah, she needs a man who can be a role model by reminding her of Akhirah. Akhirah. Someone who can say, listen, this dunya is temporary. You're not going to be here all for the rest of our life. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam قال كن في الدنيا كأنك غريب أو عابر السبيل. Every one of us, we know what is haram and what is halal. Am I right, brothers? يعني المسلمات, things that is given. We know alcohol is haram, lying is haram, this haram, all this. But none of us can claim that I don't do anything haram. No one can claim, say, I don't do everything I do is mashallah all. Why are we falling into haram then?